You need to have idea your life become Dzogchen practice. This is what you should do. You should learn. It doesn't mean you are becoming a practitioner, going somewhere on the mountains or some retreat place for 3 years, 7 years, etc. I am not asking that. Some people, you have possibility and you can do that also. That is okay. It's fine. But we must remember then how is the situation human being. In general and particularly for us, even we are considering we are Dzogchen practitioners, we are following that teaching. But in practical way then, we have our family. In a modern society, for living, we should work. Day after day, we should make money. If we are not making money, we couldn't live. You remember then how is our situation, the condition. You need a house, you need also light. For example, you need also water. Everything you should pay. So then only not for you, but your family also. Maybe you are parents of children. You have responsibility of the family. So we couldn't do complicated practices and we are doing 3 years or 4 years retreat. So we should go concrete, how is the situation? That is, I am asking people always not living in fantasy. It doesn't help for you. But you are walking on the earth with 2 feet, touching on earth. Now you can understand which is your problem, which is your situation concretely. In this case, then what we can do? We have Dzogchen practice, going in the essence of Guru Yoga. There is possibility also integrate with our body, speech, mind in any circumstance, day and night. Then why we don't do that? So this is what I am asking you should do. There are many other practices, secondary practices, etc. You can learn, you can need to receive also transmissions. And when you receive the transmission, when you need, now you can apply and then you can overcome many problems. Some people, they say, oh yes, I am a Dzogchen practitioner. Most important is being in a state of contemplation. I don't need the secondary practices. If you are being in a state of Guru Yoga forever, you don't need anything else. But we couldn't be that way. So we are living in a dualism vision. Dualism vision, there exist many different kinds of problems. For that reason, then we need also, for overcoming these problems, then we need secondary practices. Doing secondary practices, you need to receive transmission. Also, you know how apply. If you receive transmission and you don't know how apply, then there is possibilities to participate in the Dzogchen community, sometimes quality practices doing, and you participate and you learn and develop your knowledge. That is always positive. And particularly you must understand qualification or benefit of the qualitative practice. If there are 10 people, for example, practitioners,
hay 10, por ejemplo, practicantes,
10 people has 10 different kinds of capacities,
10 personas con distintos tipos de
10
capacidades,
different knowledge, understanding.
10 modos distintos de comprensión.
When you are doing practice, everybody then being in the same state and the same moment.
Cuando hacen la práctica, todos están en el mismo estado, en el mismo momento.
You remember, in general, we are considered a teacher has much more capacity and knowledge.
En general, consideramos que el maestro tiene más capacidad de conocimiento.
When teacher transmitting to students,
Cuando le transmite a los estudiantes,
then they are being in the same moment, the same state.
están en el mismo momento, en el mismo estado.
That way you can receive that influence of the knowledge and the capacity of the teacher.
En ese momento puedes recibir la influencia de la capacidad.
Of course, the same thing also when you are doing quality practices. People who has less capacity, then they can develop much more.
De este modo, cuando tienes menos capacidad, puedes desarrollarte mucho más y hacer las prácticas.
But you don't worry if you are thinking, oh, I have a little higher capacity.
Pero si piensas que tienes un poco más de capacidad,
If I do some practice together with people who has not having capacity, then I lose my capacity.
y que hacen prácticas con gente que tiene menos capacidad, entonces te la vas a perder.
Some people have this kind of idea, very egoistic.
Hay gente que tiene esta idea muy egoísta.
Capacity, knowledge, if you obtain it and you have that, never you can lose. Develop.
La capacidad y el conocimiento, si lo tienes, no se desarrolla.
Some people have no this kind of idea and they are always remain in a limited way.
Hay gente que tiene este tipo de idea y permanece siempre de modo limitado.
When I went in Tibet, for example,
Cuando fui a Tíbet, por ejemplo,
there is one Lama.
había un lama.
He is a good practitioner. He received many teachings from teachers.
Era un practicante que había recibido muchas enseñanzas de los maestros.
But he is really not knowing very precise being in the knowledge of the teaching.
Pero no sabía muy precisamente cómo estar en el conocimiento de la enseñanza.
And then she has some dress and very dirty.
Tenía unos vestidos muy sucios.
And then I said one day, why you are not washing and cleaning your dress?
Y un día le dije, ¿por qué no lavas tu ropa?
He said, oh, this dress gave me by my teacher.
Y dijo, este vestido me lo dio mi maestro.
It is something like a protection for me.
Y es una protección para mí.
There is a blessing of the teacher.
Hay bendiciones.
So I couldn't wash.
No la puedo lavar.
If wash, then he is thinking the blessing is going away.
Porque si no lavaba, pensaba que las bendiciones se iban a
Then I said, you must remain that way.
Y le dije, no puedes permanecer así.
If blessing, if really there is blessing you couldn't wash with water.
Si hay de verdad bendiciones, las bendiciones no puedes lavarlas.
If there is a blessing can wash with water, this is not a very important blessing. If there is blessing is beyond then distance and space and time.
Si hay bendiciones, ellas están más allá de la distancia.
How we can explain that way?
¿Cómo lo podemos explicar?
Sometimes we have this kind of problems.
A veces tenemos este tipo de problemas.
People, they have this kind of then idea.
La gente tiene este tipo de ideas.
So someone also thinking, if we do participate with not developed people practice, then we can lose our qualification. Not that way.
Participamos en prácticas con gente no desarrollada, vamos a perder nuestra.
In any case, it's very important you participate your quality practices and can develop also your capacity. Also, you can learn how to practice exactly.
En cualquier caso, lo importante es que participes en las prácticas colectivas y puedas desarrollar ellas.
Some people, they say, I don't like very much going collective practice with many people.
Hay gente que le dice, no me gusta ir a prácticas colectivas con mucha gente.
I like to do personal practices just alone, myself.
Me gusta hacer las prácticas personalmente yo solo.
If you like that and you really do that, it is okay, there is no problem.
Si te gusta, puedes hacerlo, no hay problema.
But many people, they are not doing it. Slowly, they are losing also their faith.
Pero gente entonces, después que las hacen y van perdiendo su fe.
That is dangerous.
Y eso es peligroso.
Our life is precious, teaching is precious, path is very precious.
Porque nuestra vida es
So for that reason, try to do practice and also participate in quality practices.